So you are smashing it, obviously, on social, man. Like, you crush it. You're doing so great. You got like millions of followers on every platform.
Yeah.
So look,
we don't look at it like that. You know what I'm looking at every day is how few people know me and how few people that actually are following my message. So we've done a poor job with getting the message out. So anybody that thinks they're doing well, that I got so many people like, you know, you look at a guy like Will Smith's got, I don't know, what's Will got, 30 million or something? You know, probably more than that. I think Kim Kardashian posted her kid today. She had 11 million views in 7 hours. You know, there's such competition for attention today that if you have a great product and if you're really, really in love with your mission, like I know you are, and you're passionate about what you're doing, then you have this obligation, this driving force to like, oh, I got to get more people to know that. One of the reasons we're in Singapore, we were just in Dubai, I was in Bucharest before that, Rome before that, is we are going around the planet making our investments in cities and countries to say, hey, this is who I am, this is what we're here to do, how can we help the people in this region?
So it's making a difference, right? An impact, right?
Well, first thing
getting known, right?
Getting known. First thing we got to do is get known.
Know who
you can't make a difference if nobody knows.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that's why, you know, Jared picked up a Coca-Cola a few minutes ago. I'm like, what a garbage product that is. Okay, that probably excludes Coca-Cola from ever hiring me, but the reality is Coca-Cola is not going to hire me because they're just going to out-advertise everybody to win the business.
Right.
But the reality is it's a garbage product. It's an awful product. There's terrible products that win every day. And this is really important for your audience to know. The best product's not going to win the game. It's the product that is in the most places that will win the game. Now, if you could combine the best product with the best known, then you're going to dominate the game.
You got something.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. So what's a tip that you could give people out there? Because people are always just trying, they want likes, they want followers and all this stuff, but it's like, are you making a difference and do people know you? Are you getting the exposure?
Yeah.
So what do people got to
Well, I think that's a good point. Like then there's the people that are like, oh yeah, I got likes and I got followers and I'm gonna be on social media, but I'm not gonna monetize.
Right.
Well, guess what? You're not gonna, you know.
Yeah.
You're spending time and energy, and it's not monetizing. It should monetize.
I'll take dollars over likes any day, right?
Oh, for sure, without a doubt, right? So now, what you'd want is the combination of both of them. If you have good content, it should monetize to a product, unless you haven't taken the time to create products and services that actually solve the problem and support what you're saying.
Right.
So I don't like my company. We don't get on stage and offer advice if I can't tie it to a product that can solve the problem.
Right.
So if I tell you, for instance, I have a great soap, and I know the solution to soap, and I have found the best soap in the world, and then I say, yeah, but I don't have any soap to sell you.
Right.
Then there's a disconnect between the offer, the solution. I've created light. Can you imagine if Ben Franklin was like, I think he was the light guy, right?
Is it Ben Franklin, the light guy? Who was that guy? Thomas Edison.
T-E-O-T-E-T-A-T-E.
I think Ben Franklin was like the kite electricity guy.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, electricity and light.
I don't remember.
Dude,
Let's say Thomas Edison. Let's just go.
We're going to go with Thomas
smart
Edison.
Dude did something.
I think Tom Edison, imagine if he did light and then didn't like provide a solution like this is how you create light, right? So,
or he just hoarded it and said, "I got."
Well, like Van Gogh, Okay, Van Gogh's a perfect example of a guy that never monetized. He was he's today known as one of the greatest artists that ever lived. Massive production of art, phenomenal works. Sold one piece his entire life.
Right.
I don't know what he was doing, walking around saying, "I don't sell anything. We don't monetize. I don't want money from you. I just want to paint." Right. You know how many people got rich off of Van Gogh? Because Van Gogh was a great artist.
Yeah.
Okay, he should have created that wealth, right? So for me, it's tying the social. The social is just social media, Facebook or Instagram. These are just mechanisms like TV years ago and or newspapers or the barker in the circus. Hey, come on over here, man. Look at the elephant. Look at this and look at that and pitch here. It's all a very
and stuff.
Or the ability to get attention to a point to get something to happen, right? So, you know, when I write something or I come to tomorrow, I'm going to be speaking here. My goal is to cause people to do something.
Yeah.
To move toward not Oh, I feel better. I don't care if
Right.
people feel better.
What
Right?
are you going to do now? What's the
What are
action
you
they're gonna
doing?
take,
Like, it's
right,
like
to
you-
change their
Yeah,
state.
yeah.
Right?
This morning you talked about you wanted to work. You thought about working out today,
Yeah.
right? But the reality is you didn't. So
Not yet.
yeah. Well, you didn't work out this morning.
That's true.
Okay, so you missed today.
I did.
So
I'll take the afternoon off, man.
yeah. So if someone would have got him to the gym, that would be
Yes.
better than him thinking about the gym.
You bet.
So much for the law of attraction.
Yeah. You can't think yourself to fit.
No, and like
Hey, then after this, you got to drag me to the gym, man. Okay, that's it. I need help. I need a team. I need support.
well, because if you could do it on your own, you would have already done it.
Yeah.
Right. Like when I'm in Miami, I have a trainer that comes to my place every morning. Where my money goes, where my attention goes, where my money goes, my attention follows. That's why it's important for people to buy things.
I love that.
Because you buy an expensive watch, you're going to take care of that expensive watch. You buy an expensive car, you're going to take care of it. And you buy an expensive dog. I know people that have more money invested in their animals.
Wow.
Are animals allowed here in Singapore?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, so I got all the rules. When
That's
I got
all right.
here.
Yeah.
I love the rules, by the way. Okay, in America, we don't have any rules.
No, it's good we have rules here. You
Dude,
look
it-
outside. Where's the crime? Where are the
Dude,
homeless
none.
people?
There's none.
Nothing's happening here.
In
right?
America, we are encouraging people to shoot heroin.
Yep.
Here, they'll kill you for doing it.
Look, in Vancouver, where I'm from,
Yeah.
homelessness everywhere.
Yeah.
And every time I go back, I get really
You don't
pissed
see
off
any of
because
that
they
here.
can't solve that
Okay?
problem.
San Francisco, urine in the streets.
Same, right?
Okay, you can't spit on these streets without
right.
getting caned.
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't want to get caned, okay, you need to be over 60 years old. Otherwise, they're going to pop
He
the
already
whip on
checked
you.
it out firsthand. He already
Right?
checked it out.
You can't walk around here naked, okay?
Right.
Like in America, it's pretty common that you're going to go to a ball game and some guy's going to try to take his clothes off and run across the field.
Yeah.
And that creates so many random stupidness.
You bet.
So many people trying to waste time and energy. That doesn't happen here.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So look, let's talk. So we talked about social media.
And let me just
go
tell you
ahead,
this,
go ahead.
okay? This
Yeah.
morning, here we are at what's the name of this hotel?
Marina Bay Sands.
Yes, it doesn't even matter
Iconic
to me.
view.
Iconic, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Look at this view, okay? We're sitting behind me is the financial capital, one of the great
Of the
financial
region.
of the region.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think New York, Wall Street, London,
Yeah.
and
What's London one, like Times Square or something? Or?
No, the London Exchange. I mean, that's one of the financial
Yeah.
districts of the world.
Yeah.
And then
Switzerland.
you got to think about Switzerland,
Yeah.
Hong Kong,
Yeah.
Singapore.
Yeah.
There's
Maybe
hundreds.
Dubai is an honorable mention, you know?
It's an honorable mention,
Honorable mention.
but it's a copy of
Yeah.
Singapore. Let's face it; they even admit it.
Yeah.
Dude, they're like, look, we knocked off Singapore.
Yeah.
But they did it good, dude.
Yeah.
They did it
Real
good.
We were just there a couple months ago watching the tennis, man.
It's freaking
beautiful.
stupid. It's amazing. It's a massive commitment.
Yeah.
So this is one of the things when you say, hey, what are one of the 5 things about 10X?
Yeah.
Number one, you got to make a commitment to start 10X and things. If you're looking for a little change, you're not going to change it all. Okay? I have found this with people, with companies, with corporations. Companies, corporations, and individuals that try to change a little bit, change none at all.
Right.
This is why the New Year's Eve resolution doesn't work.
Right.
Okay? Because the change is so minor. I'm going to make more money this year. More money is not going to change your life.
Right.
A lot more money.
Right.
10 times
If you
more
could 10
money.
times it, how would your life be different?
Yeah,
What would
exactly.
that look like?
Yeah. So if you're making 144,000, what's your dollar here? What's it called?
Sing dollars.
Sing dollars, okay?
Yeah.
I want to sing dollars. Ah! Can I sing?
You can sing.
But
I don't know. Can
in
you
Singapore,
sing?
in Singapore,
You're allowed to sing. Can you sing?
But I can't sing obscenities. That's against the law here, by the way.
Fuck, I didn't know that. Damn it. I just did it. Shit.
Twice, 3 times, 4
Okay,
times.
Damn it.
Give me the cane.
Oh.
Cardone him. Cardone him.
I like it. I
Okay,
like
he likes being cane.
I like being
Elaine,
king.
remember that.
Careful now.
Okay.
Okay. Uh-oh. This is the X-rated one. But it's 11 p.m. in Miami, so we can be a little naughty just in case we got
This
some people
guy's
overseas.
this guy's
right?
over the
It's all right. It's all right. Okay.
So wait a minute. You asked
okay.
me. You asked me about the things to 10X.
Yes.
Okay. So number one,
Yeah.
do you guys got to make a commitment to go big, not little bit, little changes. Little changes don't do anything, right? So you want to. This is why weight programs don't work, workouts don't work, trainings don't work. You know, you've done enough training with companies to know that you go in there and the guy's like, hey, I want to get another unit.
Right.
I want to increase 5%.
Right.
Nobody does anything because it's not going to change my life.
That's right. Or they don't change their behaviors afterwards, right?
Why would I?
That's right.
Nothing changes for me.
Right.
Now, if you say, hey, Grant, we're going to take you from making $144,000 a year. I think that's the average income around here. I don't know. What is it, 124?
I don't know.
You don't care?
I don't care.
I do.
No, you know what? I don't care because I don't care what the average people make, right?
Yeah, can you look it up? Can somebody look it up?
Yeah.
What is the average income in Singapore?
The mean income. But you know what?
But
1 in 10 people here is a millionaire.
Wow, that's amazing.
1 in 10 people is a millionaire.
But what does that mean? In Singapore, $1 million means you're terrified about your money.
67. Okay, so that's the mean salary here, 67,152. How do you get by on that in Singapore?
Dude,
so here's the thing.
At 1 million, you don't get by in this city, okay?
You got to really make big bucks in this town if you want to live here.
Big bucks. So what is big bucks, right? So if I tell a guy that's making $1 million, I guarantee I could go down there and find people that have $1 million that are freaking terrified, that are mooches being they're tight. They won't spend money.
Right.
Everything they buy is on sale. They look for deals and everything because they're scared. They got money being hoarded away in cash accounts. They're scared of the stock market. They can't buy the house they really want.
We got a word for that in Singapore.
What is it?
Kiasu.
Kiasu.
Is it kiasu? Yeah,
kiasu.
Kiasu.
Cheap,
Kiasu?
cheap,
Kiasu, huh?
cheap bastard.
Yeah. It's fear of missing. It's fear of losing something.
Yes,
right?
exactly. And the
They're
reason
afraid.
now, just up the street in the really nice neighborhood with the big estate where it's freehold, not 99-year lease,
right?
Like the millionaire lives in.
Right.
This guy is worth $30 million. See, you got to take the millionaire and say, dude, let's go stack 10.
Right.
And he's like, I can't even imagine, dude. I'm trying to get from 1 million to this. I said, dude, because you're trying to play this little incremental game rather than making a big change.
It's a mindset thing, right?
Well,
it's a belief that I can do that. And what would that look like?
Well, it's like, okay, it's about changing the plan. It's about like, if I'm going to jump out of this window, is a different conversation than me jumping 3 feet. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So like, by the way, the 3 feet, I messed up my ankle at our Marlins Stadium event.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. Even 3 feet for me is a bit of a challenge right now. But jumping out of this window, I'll be like, dude, I need a parachute.
Right.
Okay. I got to get something to open that window up. It changes everything that I'm thinking with, and then makes something possible for me to actually make a shift. So first thing I would tell people is, look, you got to start thinking about 10X as, is it possible? What would change? What would I need to change?
I love that, man. Reminds me of my buddy Marshall Goldsmith, right? This guy, he wrote this book, What Got You Here won't get you there, right? And that's exactly that's the spirit of 10X, because it's not.
Yeah.
That's just like a 1X, but 10X is next level.
Yeah, and that's why so many people get stuck in a place.
Okay. So what do you think? So you and I are sales guys. That's like our roots. That's our history, right? We love sales. Nothing happens until a sale happens. For all those like sales folks out there,
and that was a mistake for me, by the way.
What was that?
One of the things that was an error for me in my career, but as I look back, is I got stuck in the sales thing too long and didn't become a business.
Right.
I was so sales driven.
Right.
That I was looking at the sale all the time.
Like transactional.
I was talking about this in Dubai to a bunch of real estate agents. I'm like, you guys have to get out of the sales thing now and become businessmen.
Okay. So what does that look like for people?
It looks like you start thinking about, rather than thinking about a commission, you start thinking about payroll. You start thinking about not 5 people, 50 people. Okay. You start thinking about scaling. You start thinking about advertising and branding. You start thinking about spending more money than you
are
make.
An enterprise, right?
You start thinking about, you're no longer the husband and wife business.
Yeah.
You're not like, okay, now we're going to become a company.
Right.
And I didn't make that shift until I was 51. About 10 years ago. When I did my business exploded.
Dude, I'm 47, I think 48 this year. So,
yeah.
Let's get on it, man.
Yeah. Elaine's what, 19?
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, so like all of you out there, you're a salesperson. I love salespeople. Like, but I was making $100,000 a year, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make $150,000. Then I made $150,000, and then I'm like, I made $300,000. I'm like, dude, I'm a great salesman. Then I'm like, I'm gonna become $1 million producer, and I became $1 million producer, and I got stuck in this. Everything was a commission. Everybody I looked at was a deal, a profit. How much could I get out of it? Rather than how do I scale a business so it's not just me. I heard some guy, I'm not going to mention his name because that's what I do to people when I don't respect them. But this dude says,
that guy, right?
That guy said he's trained more $1 million producers than anybody in the world. I'm like, Well, so what, dude? What kind of reward is that?
Right.
Dude, I've affected hundreds of billions of dollars in sales. That's what I want to do. I've helped companies build billion-dollar businesses.
That's an impact. That's a legacy, right?
Yeah, well, you're changing households and families and companies and property taxes, et cetera.
You know what comes to my mind? You remember that Jay-Z song when he's like, I'm not a businessman.
I'm a
businessman.
Yeah.
I love
that. How about Kanye's like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 20 million. I'm so good at math. That might have been Jay-Z too.
Damn, I like that too.
You see the skip? You see the skip?
Yeah.
He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20. He's looking for that's what Google does. Okay, that's what Uber did when they went to Dubai and bought that ride company.
Careem or something.
Yeah, they bought Careem for $3.8 billion before the IPO because they're looking for this.
Wow.
So what do? They spend money. They waste money trying to get the launch.
Oh man, I love this. Okay, so you know what I think I'm getting that people need to start doing? This is a big thing for me, is people have to learn something they didn't learn before. Like people got to learn. There's so many people, they want to sit back and hope things change, hope things happen, but they're not willing to invest or learn the things they need to learn, right? That's why you have Cardone University. People can learn that. We got SOCO Academy, our online program. So can you say something about...
We should join the two.
We're going to merge it. Okay, coming. What is it now? Okay, June 1st, Cardone University and SOCO Academy are now on the same platform.
Bam.
We'll figure it out, but it's done. Package deal, you buy one, you get both. Love it. So what do people need to learn, Grant? Like, what do people need to, I don't know, it's an ad, like for you and me, we're just always learning all the time. Like, if I'm not learning something new, reading a new book, talking to someone new, listening to a podcast, I feel like there's nothing happening.
I mean, look, I don't think people need to learn more right now. I think people need to get rid of stuff.
Maybe do more.
I think they need to get rid of stuff.
Okay.
Personally, for me, I don't need to stack more data on top of a junk pile. You know, so if you go out and put waste on top of waste, you end up with waste. You could even throw some gold on top of the waste dump. I mean, it's just trash.
Yeah.
So I think most people have too much data right now.
Okay. Too
many mentors, listening to too many podcasts.
Right.
Getting information. I mean, I'm glad you guys listen to podcasts because you'll run into me. But that's why I do so many podcasts, because I'm hoping I just but bang, I found you, right? So,
but you'd agree, you got to learn stuff. The thing that I think
I think you need to unlearn stuff right now.
If they don't act on it.
I think you need to unlearn stuff.
Because I know a lot of people, they listen to all these fucking podcasts, but they don't do anything about it.
Yeah,
just listening all the time and go, oh, that's a great idea.
I know. I think it's important that people get told, hey, why are you trying? What is you may have? If I go to the calculator and I keep putting numbers in and they're coming out wrong, maybe the calculator's wrong. It is possible that the information we have has been wrong. Like if you look around on this planet and see so many people in poverty, like you're talking hundreds of millions of people, can't find food and water. Okay, now that's terrible. That's awful. I can't solve that problem today.
Right.
Then there's billions of people on this planet, a much bigger number. Probably 4 or 5 billion people on this planet that do not have enough money to literally pay their bills, okay, or living paycheck to paycheck.
That's right.
In America, Singapore, massive problem here. You go to Hong Kong, same thing. I'm not talking about the poverty. I'm not talking about people living on the streets. I'm talking about $200,000 a year poor. People working for Facebook making $250 in Silicon Valley have no money left over at the end of the year. No retirement money, no savings money. They don't own anything.
Why does that happen?
Because they have data that's incorrect. You can't have this many people not doing well and not start one day say, wait a minute, where did all the data come from?
Right.
So it's like you watch people play blackjack. I was down at the casino last night, you know, and everybody knows what to do when there's a 6 on the table. The guy's showing a 6. Yeah. Based on your cards, everybody's read that book. Everybody's losing using the same rules.
Right.
So at some point you got to be like, dude, the way to play, the way to win that we were given that book.
Right.
Do you play?
Yeah. Not well, but I play.
Okay.
I love to play, man.
Okay. Is the rules, the way to play the game, the way to win the game, is that book maybe just wrong?
Right.
So,
and who wrote that book?
Exactly.
And why'd they write it?
So, for instance, in Singapore, particularly with Asians, Asians love to buy homes.
Yeah.
Very smart. The smartest people I know around money are Asians. And yet
crazy rich Asians, I'll tell you.
In America, they have more money per capita in bank accounts. They have higher incomes, and then they do this house thing.
Right.
And I'm like, why do you guys buy these houses?
Right.
It's completely out of character. I'm like,
Right.
because where did that data come from? Why somebody is so financially literate then bought this house? Because the house was a dumb deal. Do you own a home?
We own a rental property that we rent out in Malaysia.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So good for you. So buying the house.
Yeah.
Look how many people on this planet have been convinced that is the ultimate financial freedom.
Oh, but their money's all tied up. They can't move anywhere. They're stuck. They're stranded.
I had, and I raised my hand for being ignorant. I had more money invested in my home at the age of 29. I think I was 29. Yes, 29. For the next 10 years, I would have more money invested in a home than I had in my own business. First 10 years of my career.
Right.
Had more money in a retirement account than I had invested in my business. Had more money sitting in a bank.
Right.
Now, who won?
That makes the bank rich. They love that.
That's
shit.
right,
They
exactly.
love that.
And so I had to start looking at why am I doing what I was doing? My dad was convinced of it. My mom was convinced of it.
Right.
So I was 20 years old. I was saving money for a retirement account. Stupid. Where did I get that data? Because I was being hit with it from TV every day. My teachers were telling me, plan for retirement. I was 20 years old. You don't need to plan for retirement when you're 20 years old.
Yeah.
You need to go make money.
Or maybe the message, plan for it, but how to plan, that's the wrong plan.
Well, but
Plan for by investing and building businesses.
But yeah, exactly. But you don't get that message.
Right.
You don't get the message from TV saying invest in your business. They say invest in Wall Street.
Because there's a system, not just here, but there's a system around the world. No one's going to say, bro, you got to go do your own thing and be the master of your own fucking destiny.
Yeah, exactly.
No one's going to tell you to do that.
That's right. They're saying, hey, put money in my checking account, put money in my savings account, put money in a retirement account.
Conform. Get a job.
That's right.
Be a good boy. And
save
do
your money.
Thing,
Save
pay
your
your
money.
taxes. Save your money. Don't take any risk. We'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Because you
course.
can't take care of yourself.
Yeah, it's the wrong mindset.
So that's all I'm saying is I think people need to unlearn first, and then they need to go back. You need to find out what you've learned and agreed with and have been doing that doesn't work, and then go learn something new.
I love that. Oh, that's cool, man. Okay, cool. What role does teamwork and collaboration, partnerships kind of play in, growth?
Yeah. So look, once you commit to the 10X thing, you're not going to do 10X without a team.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. Nobody's ever done it. All these buildings down here, just look down here, okay? Look at the commitment behind me. Take a second and look at the commitment. You're talking hundreds of billions of dollars. You're talking 30 and 40-year leases. You're talking about those companies, by the way, they don't own that real estate. They rent that real estate. They want they iconic positions. They don't care what it costs.
This is branding. This is marketing. Right?
Totally. Their commitment is fierce.
Yeah.
What is yours? Yeah. You're like, I'm staying home. I'm an introvert. I guarantee that UBS, UBS is back there. I guarantee the building's full of introverts. The company's committed to being an extrovert. So you guys that have all these, I'm an introvert, I'm this, I'm that, whatever, dude, whatever. You want to keep bragging about what you are, or you want to become something else. Yeah. If you want to become something else, you need to start operating like these people. Yeah. Okay, you don't need to listen to the podcast of some guy that's got a bunch of. He's an influencer now,
right?
Because he's got some followers on Facebook.
What does that even mean?
Look at these people.
Yeah, no, these guys are influencers.
These are influencers, okay? Not Grant Cardone's got 1 million followers on Instagram. Don't call me the influencer. Those are the influencers. That's who you guys should be studying. That's who I study.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm studying the Warren Buffetts, not the Toms and the Tonys and the Bobs and the. Dude, I'm studying people that have created billions of dollars and done it for 30, 40, 50 years.
Right.
And even trillions of dollars. So,
and they have a plan. See, everyone here is thinking like quarter to quarter, year to year. I hope I make more next year.
Yeah.
These guys out here are thinking like decades on.
Dude, some of these guys are thinking about hundreds of years. When I went to Dubai, I'm like, this isn't a 10-year plan. This is a 100-year plan. Dude, you need enough money to where you can handle the luck.
Yeah.
Even the bad luck.
So let's talk about money.
Yeah.
Cardone Capital.
Yeah. I love money, by the way.
Yeah, man. So what's going on, man? What's going on?
So Cardone Capital, what happened was, it's been amazing, dude. It's going to be an amazing ride for a lot of people too. So I've been buying real estate quietly for about 30 years. And real estate has been the thing that's given me, people are trying to figure out, how that guy buy a jet? How that guy go to Gulfstream, stroke a check for a check? You can't do that in the training business. I mean, training companies does not provide enough revenue to go out and buy a plane. Okay, much less a Gulfstream 550 2017 that's just freaking decked out and crazy, right?
I fly Jetstar, man. Jetstar, budget airline.
Dude, I told this lady in Dubai, I said, I'm sorry, I can't. I said, if my plane, if I wasn't full with gear, I would bring you to Dubai. She's like, oh no, I want my points.
Oh,
it's like, don't be foolish.
All right, all right.
I used to want my points too.
Yeah,
my miles.
Now you're like, I want my plane.
Huh?
Now you're like, I want my plane.
I want my plane.
Screw points. I want a plane.
You know. So anyway, what we did was I bought the jet before we started Cardone Capital. Okay, because the real estate had been so good to me. I've been buying real estate, a particular kind of real estate that's not offered here, for 30 years. Okay. Started with my first deal was 48 units. My second deal was 38 units. Then I went to 90 units. I mean, now we're buying 500 unit complexes.
Right. Okay.
These are typically 2-story, maybe 3-story properties. Okay. Over 30 or 40 acres of land. Right. In great locations: Austin, Texas, Tampa, Orlando, Miami, Houston, really great markets in the United States, big complexes that produce cash flow.
Right, so they're rental units, rental properties.
They're rental properties that produce positive cash flow. Every month. You know, Charlie Munger, who's Warren Buffett's partner at Berkshire, he says, if it don't cash flow, say no.
Oh, I like that.
If it don't cash flow, say no.
Hey, so if you guys like that, say something. Give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, dude.
You guys dig that?
Tell you what, throw it on Twitter. I'll give somebody $100. Sing dollars. $100 Sing dollars. I'll just pick somebody out. If you throw it up on Twitter, add my name at Grant Cardone.
If it don't give you cash flow, say no.
If it don't give you cash flow, say no. Now there's another one that I do. That's Charlie Munger. I say, don't be a one flow hoe. Either one of those would be good for you. Okay.
Can we even say that?
I think
one flow.
Actually said that one.
Nice, Jared. Yeah. I think Warren Buffett.
And hoe, by the way, is spelled H-O-E.
You know, a farming utensil.
Not your sister.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Okay.
That's too American.
Yeah,
okay,
that's all right.
So
they didn't get it. Sometimes
I've been in Dubai too long. Okay. So. The point is, you want cash flow. When you buy a piece of real estate, you guys should only be buying. By the way, it's not just real estate; it's any investment. Unless you're super wealthy, you're worth 20 or 30 million. Good. If you're not worth 20 million, you should only be investing your cash in things that provide instant cash flow.
Okay.
So Warren Buffett says, look, if you don't figure out a second flow, you're going to spend your entire life, you're going to die at a job with one flow. And so, these are the guys I study.
Yeah.
And these guys and these companies are investing in cash flow.
Right.
When you watch guys that are valuations of companies, okay, the more cash flow they have, the more value they're going to have long term.
Right.
And so you either have to go get cash. You don't have to make money. You either have to get cash. Yeah. You have to go get cash. I trade time for money. Okay. Or I go raise money from investors and get money and then give up equity in my company.
Right.
That's what Uber's doing.
Right.
Or I take money and I buy real assets that produce money, whether I'm sleeping, working, traveling, where I am, it doesn't matter.
So that's leverage, right?
Yeah, that's leverage.
Yeah.
So Cardone Capital, we own 6,000 units now. I owned 600 units 10 years ago. Cool. So that's 10X.
You 10X it.
20 months ago, we opened it up to the public, accredited and non-accredited, international. Anybody in the world can invest with me. $5,000 minimums up to $1 million maximums. I'm the only one that can make an exception to over $1 million, and we have. And we have raised almost $200 million in 20 months without paying any fees to anyone.
Wow.
No middlemen.
Right.
Okay, there's no middleman. It's direct. You can come straight to me, straight back. You and I are partners on a deal without bringing in Goldman Sachs or the banks.
Yeah. Who's going to take a huge fee in there?
Yeah, they will. Right? So you're in. You get all the benefits I get.
Nice.
The agreement that we make with our investors is identical. Every word, every letter is identical to the same agreement I have with my twin brother and my family. So we do it. We anticipate a 15% annualized return to investors.
Can we repeat that? Because that's massive. You drop that like that's normal. It's normal for you, but in the markets, you look out there, 15% is unreal.
Yeah, we actually think the 15% is very conservative and that I can exceed that. That's after all my fees.
Okay.
After I take my piece and I get a good piece. If we have a big score, trust me, I'm going to get super rich doing this.
Yeah.
And you want your partner, by the way, you want your partner invested and you want your partner to get a win if there's a big victory.
You bet.
So that I'm out looking for the victory. I'm working for the victory. Right? I'm not working for the fees.
That's right.
So 15% annualized returns is what we anticipate. I look for properties that I believe can deliver that. We pay out about 6%, 5 to 6% of that each year.
Yeah.
And then when we refinance and or sell the properties, we think, and I can't always promise this, and I mean, I don't know what the future brings, but we look for properties that we believe will deliver at least a 15% return to our investors.
Wow. When it's sold?
Sold or refinanced.
Right.
Actually, our game plan really is to refinance the properties, return your capital.
Wow, okay, cool.
And you would go into an infinite return. Jared behind you is already into a situation where there's infinite returns. Infinite returns means I've returned his money.
Yeah. And he just sits
He's no longer invested. He no longer has capital invested.
Right.
But he still owns that piece percentage with me as a partner in the property.
His original investment is
he's out.
Free and easy.
He's out. So he now has no money in that deal.
Yeah.
I send him $1 this month. That is now an infinite return.
Wow.
You can't measure it.
Yeah.
And he's into a lot of infinite returns. What do you get on that one deal a month?
$2,300.
He gets $2,300 a month. Every month.
Passive income.
Passive income.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
On a deal that he doesn't have no money in.
Right.
I've already returned him his money and more money.
3 times.
3 times. So that's called a refinance. It's called a refinance exit.
You know what? So Grant, this brings it right back to what you were talking about earlier about people need to unlearn what's going on out there.
Yeah.
Because
you can never do that. You can never do that in a house. And by the way, you're never going to be able to do that in your business either.
Right.
So Tony Robbins talks about having an exit for your business.
Right.
Otherwise, you're just going to be a slave to your business, which I totally agree with.
Right.
And most businesses do not have an exit. You can plan any kind of exit you want. You're never going to have an exit because they're not built for exits. Most of your businesses are actually going to be destroyed because of technology developments, including my businesses. My companies, I have companies that will not exist in the future because of technological advances. If we don't change, they won't exist. However, the real estate cannot be upset by technological advances because people need a place to live.
We're always going to need a home.
Always. Got to have a place to live.
And
there'll be no after.
You look around Singapore, they have no space.
There's no space.
Right.
Nothing affordable.
Yeah.
We're running out of affordable living anywhere on this planet.
That's right. Cool, man.
You can print money. You just can't make buildings.
Right. Right.
Takes time.
I like that. Cool, man. Okay.
Yeah.
But I want to wrap up with a quote from a very wise man. I love this one.
I hope it's my quote.
Who's got my money? Who's got my money?
Who's got it? Who's got
my money?
I guarantee
your money?
I guarantee it's a person.
Yeah. So go out there and get it. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Put something in the comments below. Did you dig this? Did you love it? Thumbs up, man.
Bang,
cool.
Bang,
All right,
bang.
man. Thank you, Grant.
Thank you, brother.
Awesome, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to have you here, buddy.